Hello everybody, Kane here and welcome to another video of Art of Conquest. In this one we have a new feature called the Rodran or the Airship. So this is my second attempt in this video because the first one was 35 minutes and I don't think that I kind of wanted to add it in to my YouTube. That was pretty friggin' long. So there is a ton to cover in this particular feature. So I will try to I suppose make it a little bit smaller, but if there are questions, I might answer them below the video as well. So without further ado, let's start with the buildings and what I did here, what I spent, what I upgraded. So I spent about 2,000 Linari. I was testing whether or not this energy chamber would get 2 heroes at level 3 and then 4. The bridge got 2 heroes at bridge level 4. So then I thought when I clicked on this, like upgrading this, it shows right here. So I thought when I get bridge level 4, I might actually see energy chamber with 2 heroes. Unfortunately, it's not. So this particular thing here, like energy chamber, upgraded to increase building energy recovery speed, is total BS. You likely need level 5 to put 2 heroes, and even then it is a question mark. So it is kind of questionable. Likely they're gonna update some stuff, maybe increase levels. There are some stuff which is locked here as well, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen in the future. But aside from that, that sort of test kind of failed. But it is not a total failure, and it's not a total waste of Linari. Some probably, but we're still gonna require bridge at level 4 for deck level 4. So it's not really a total waste again, regardless. So the other thing is, let's move from the closest things first. So we have, I suppose, deck. So upgrading the deck pretty much improves, or rather unlocks more airships that you can send out for exploring. Exploring pretty much means you're getting daily resources for crafting stuff, for purchases in shop with the coins, Linari if you're reaching the next tier of the level. And I think every single day you can reach one level at a time or so, depending how many quests reset or sort how many quests you have or how many times it may require to do that stuff daily. And you might just do, 2 of these explorations every single level up. So just focusing one might not actually be possible. We're gonna see, but my main thing about focusing first is 1 or 2 heroes on the construction materials, and then the rest of the heroes for hero materials, rather the airships for hero materials. We're gonna see what happens, how quick I level. The Linari here is always welcome, but I kind of require heroes to be better. And that hero experience will help me a ton for PvP. So upgrading deck, you get more airships for exploration, which means more materials, which means more stuff crafted on the ship, which means better accounts from the free materials. So yeah, that is something that at least on day 2, you're looking at minimum deck level 3, which I will have at level 4 tomorrow. Yes, I will have it level 4 tomorrow. That is pretty much what will happen, likely, I think, around the evening or so, in terms of the banner production. Aside from that, we have the energy chamber. So energy chamber, like I said, heroes producing, and I have Valerie right now on it, gives me 2 hammers per hour more. And that is pretty much because I upgraded the research. So upgrading research and that particular tier pretty much doubles the percentage that you have. Apparently there is a cap, and the cap is double the amount of the highest level. So some of these have highest tier at level 3, some of these have highest tier at 4. So apparently the building recovery is maxed at 16%. So, upgrading the research in terms of energy improvements. 3 will likely max out Tisafin to 16%, I think. And then leveling the energy improvement tier 4 will likely max out Avril to have 16% as well. So all three heroes will have the same percentage value, and you won't really need to worry too much about anything else. Same goes for research, likely. So if we upgrade this first one, as you can see, there are some other stuff in terms of the research. We're gonna look at 30% right here, and the Solaris will be maxed out. While upgrading this one and then this one will max out the other heroes as well to look at 30%. Now, there is an efficient thing to look at it here, because currently you have one with a high percent research, so you should be using the highest one to upgrade researches which are longer. The reason for that is because it's 15% and it costs 6 or 7 vigor. If you're upgrading these smaller researches, it's less than 1 hour long and takes about the exact same vigor per one research. So you're looking at maxing out one hero's total vigor by just leveling, I don't know, research in the next 3 to 4 or 5 hours, instead of using that one hero for pretty much 3 or 4 very good breakthroughs. So do keep in mind there are some efficient nuances in terms of percentages that are had in the research list. So again, be aware. In terms of metal shop, so I checked the metal shop. The only thing it's pretty efficient to do in this case is pretty much just craft stuff which doesn't require any resources. Anything else is so severely overpriced to the point that the process shop is actually higher value. Yes, that is pretty goddamn stupid, but let's look at one of the values. So we're going to here, we go on to the shop. We can craft epic experience cards. So we're looking at 1.5 million for 19 of these resources, right? 19 of these resources. We go on to here, we click craft. We can pretty much show how much it takes of these resources. So we can craft one of these with 3 dust. To craft one of these, we need 3 of these. So basically 9 dust for one of this. And if we go to heroes, for 1.8 million experience, we require 12 of these. So 19 for 1.5 million experience, or 12 for 1.8. The difference in efficiency in quite a lot of these craftables, in quite a lot of these trades, is actually pretty friggin' high. Like high to the point you might not even want to craft majority of the stuff in the metal shop unless or until you actually have the researches pretty friggin' high for a lot of the stuff, which might reduce the costs or stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure, but that is what it is with that particular feature. Aside from that, I don't need dormitories right now, which would heal the vigor as we can check the stations. The only hero which is pretty much low is Valerie and eventually Nora, which I will have sorted out tomorrow. Solaris is pretty good for another 16 hours. So aside from that, I don't have this building built yet. From what I assume, this is a dragon map. I don't really need a dragon map, and I doubt it's gonna craft a like the I suppose the purple map or the orange map. But if I'm mistaken, do let me know. I will build this tomorrow if that's the case. Otherwise, these 72 hammers will be used for the deck upgrade to level 4. Aside from that, a couple of dormitories will be built tomorrow. So, the other thing which kind of got to talk about is the shop. This shop is efficient, but only this coin one. This Linari one, it's goddamn awful. Don't even buy anything in here. The only reason you want to buy stuff in here is if you messed yourself over in this airship and you do not have any other way of getting the building materials, you're gonna have to buy them. And yes, that happened for people because they went into this feature, they build bridge, they build a metal shop, and then they build literally dormitories or some shit. And they had literally no materials to build a process shop or a deck. And they didn't have any materials to, or rather, even stuff to produce anything like that or forge any of that. I don't know why that isn't in like the introduction, because the process shop is like literally the bane of this, well, not the bane, literally the thing that actually can make this airship going. Like, if you cannot craft these building materials from the get-go, you're probably not gonna go that far and will require to buy some building materials to actually build this stuff to level 1, some that you might require to even use this feature. Yeah, that's a friggin' thing. So yeah, aside from that, aside from this a very, very bait shop, and again, nothing except if you messed yourself over. That's the only reason. And of course, we have to actually look at these percentages. Like, do you see 30% off? And of course, it's like 30% off from 2,400. The same for 20% off, right? Yeah, I pretty much love these values that they do have. Aside from that, the airship coins. Best thing in this shop is the Divine Spirit Stone. Awesome that they did this. Awesome that they're starting to give it to free players. Kudos to that. Really, really, really awesome. Really, really good. It took them a friggin' long time, but they're actually giving this to players, so gotta give kudos to that. Pets now slightly are gonna become free to play friendly to actually upgrade, and all require like 70,000 plus Linari for a pet event to actually get them to friggin' be useful, or select bloom boxes or other stuff to acquire for these pet stones. And instead, we're gonna require to spend a few tens of thousands Linari for a pet event, and then spend the Spirit Stone. So again, kudos to that. Pretty goddamn good thing to add to the shop. Aside from that, you don't really want to buy majority of the other daily stuff. I personally would kind of buy the prism materials and the experience on the daily basis. Aside from that, aside from all of the rewards here, I would just likely buy the armory stuff, regardless if my armory is pretty high up there. I haven't really made the values on all of this stuff, but then again, I would likely buy the prisms as well. Simply because they're gonna be adding sets into the armory. The armory gives a ton of percentages, a ton of values, a ton of stats, and you can select your slots and all that kind of stuff, and they all provide so friggin' much. And these materials will always be used and used properly. So, pretty much that is sort of my go-to thing, and likely I will just, I suppose, for I guess the event to come, I'm just, gonna buy these because I have like 250k of the cast iron already for tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I suppose, for the feature. There's not really much else to cover. I'm pretty much explained the shops, the, I guess, efficiencies. I pretty much cut out a ton of my own opinion in terms of what I raised, why I raised, and all of those kinds of things. Probably gonna add this or those opinions in the Moontree group chat eventually, or comments down below if people would have questions about them. But again, that is what I kind of figured. Test it out, use some Linares, so maybe some of you might not need to. But again, check what you're doing in the shops, check that you're not wasting materials, check that you're actually using your lab for proper buffs first. And of course, day 2, try to get your deck level 3 minimum and level 4, of course. Likely I will get level 4. Maybe if I'm required to even spend like 450 Linari for a buff, I will get deck level 4 tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something new. And if you did, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. As well as if you would wish to support me more than just watching my videos, I have made a Patreon page where you would be able to do just that. And in return, I would be able to help you out more individually in terms of PvP, formations, events, and stuff like that. As well as I would like to thank all of my patrons for the support. I really appreciate it for your subscriptions. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe out there.